Good afternoon and welcome to Have a Chat. I'm Audrey Lynch with my beautiful co-host Veronique Arsenault and the famous Judy Loge.
So beautiful.
Yes. No.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Well, you know, it's Monday.
Yes, it is Monday. It doesn't feel anything like spring, unfortunately.
No, it's winter.
Here. Is it going to snow?
Yes.
I'm still freezing. I'm still freezing
And my
today.
voice is really scratchy, so bear with me for anyone
Yes.
listening to this. It's not a normal
But
sound.
Audrey has a fabulous tan, so she looks like
Yeah.
a summer.
I know. I'm still hanging on to my tan from my trip to Mexico just a few weeks ago. So
Let's
not
talk about the
too
heat
bad.
in Mexico next
yeah.
show.
Definitely, definitely. Hopefully it's going to warm up. The rest of the week doesn't look absolutely that lovely, but you know, we'll get through it. It's going to happen.
Has to
Global
get through it.
warming
It is
is on
what
the
it
rise.
is.
It's
It
got to
is.
happen
Change
to
It
us.
is what it is.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to start off our show like we usually do. There's a thought or thought-provoking question or whatever it is we're going to say, and I'm up.
Yep.
So I had a little thought for today.
Something that involves the brain, right?
Or
Yes,
heat.
a little bit. Yeah. One or the other. Okay. So my little saying today is one of the hardest lessons in life is letting go. Whether it is guilt, anger, love, loss, or betrayal, change is never easy. We fight to hold on and we fight to let go.
It's true.
We've all been
Right?
all of the situations, don't you think?
Yeah,
We've
for
all
sure. You know.
felt like the need to get rid of guilt or a love or something. We
No,
can all relate to
exactly.
that.
That's just it. So it's amazing how we do exactly that. We fight so hard to hang on, and we fight so hard to let go.
True.
Like,
But you know what? I get stuck, right? Because you also see the other sayings that, you know, you don't know how close you are to success if you just can hang on for
I
another.
know.
And so I'm like, well, dang it, when am I supposed to let go? When am I supposed to hang on?
that's right.
Yeah, like,
right?
I don't know.
Your gut instinct tells you when it's time to let it go.
Yeah, I think you really have to go with that first gut instinct that, you know,
My gut's
towards
never
something.
right.
If you're harboring anger, for example, you're the one that's wearing it down. Like somebody else is benefiting from your, you know,
That's
motive.
right. You're
to hold a
feeding
grudge.
into them.
Yeah. So when you
When
let
it comes
go of
to
that
that.
grudge, you feel a weight off you because it's no longer an issue that
No.
you're, you know,
No,
wrapped up in.
I think people have a hard time realizing that it's that negativity and stuff like that. It's bringing them down. It's
Yeah.
not doing, you know what I mean?
No, the
If
harm or
anything,
any
it's
harm.
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't hang on to that stuff.
No.
I don't
I
like
can't.
it. That stuff doesn't sit with me. I don't.
can't.
I don't hang on to that
No,
stuff.
No.
I know a few people like when it came to holding on to a grudge, and I'm just like,
Or
like,
that first love. Get over it. He's married now with 25 kids. Like, he's gone out of your life.
Nobody's gonna come back.
There's
always
half
that
full.
possibility.
I know.
Always,
Glass half
for
full.
sure. We had a fantastic weekend here in Miramichi.
Oh, my goodness.
Despite that the weather, again, still wasn't optimal and it wasn't quite that warm, the number of people that were out and on the river
Yep.
and the boats for the Striper Cup this weekend, not to mention the Rib Fest, were insane.
Rain or shine, they're out.
No,
and
that's
the
right.
visitors take part in this
Yeah.
regardless.
Exactly.
It
was fantastic.
It was quite incredible to see the videos and the pictures and I mean there wasn't enough hours in the weekend to get it all done, but some stats coming out of the Striper Cup on the weekend. So 1,747 participants, 219 teams in the team division, 36 boats in the family division, and 783 individuals that participated. 4,460 pounds of bass, so 2.02 tons
of bass.
and one fish was caught 2 years in a row because they're tagged.
That's cool.
I know.
There you go.
That's-
Yeah, I think that maybe that little fishy needs to escape a little bit more.
So this is a premier event in Canada,
Yes,
this fishing
it
event.
is.
It
really
it's amazing.
is.
It's become really
No,
huge now.
That's just it. I mean, just to see the vast number of boats take off that morning.
Such a scene.
You know,
Shotgun start was
it
amazing.
is. It
Yeah.
really is. And that's not to mention all the people who stand on the riverside,
Yes.
who just fish from the shore as well.
And the spectators pulled off on the side
I
of the
know.
road to get the
Yeah.
binoculars out and
Yep, for sure.
encourage
to
everybody.
watch.
And there were some mishaps, though.
There was
Yeah.
a couple.
Unfortunately.
There was a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
No, it
Yeah.
is. because it is like you said, that shotgun start and stuff like that.
Somebody
That's
flipped out
always
of a
my
boat,
biggest.
yeah.
Rough water, rough.
It was. The wind was up. The wind was cool, and it was up, and
Waves
Saturday
were
was
high.
a cool day.
Ah,
It was.
nasty.
Yeah.
But
But you went to Rib Fest.
Well, I did go to Rib Fest both Saturday and Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. Wow.
Can't even talk anymore. Can't even talk.
You sound so stupid.
It was
Too
a
many
rough,
ribs.
I
Too
know,
many ribs.
too many ribs, and I think I got all that smoke in my hair and everything.
Oh.
I did go both Saturday and Sunday, but you know what was amazing is that despite the fact that it was cold and rainy on Saturday, people came anyway, but then they took it home, right?
Right.
Whereas
Yeah.
Sunday morning,
Takeout.
I went to I was volunteering at Rib Fest again, and I sat through the interfaith service by the Point Church. Oh my gosh, I loved it.
It was beautiful.
It was,
Nice.
and you know what? People were up dancing in the aisles, and they were, and you know what? It was so joyful.
It is joyful.
It was so
It is.
joyful.
That's
yeah.
what we need more of.
That's-
Yeah,
That type of
I really loved it,
enthusiasm.
and it was packed on
Yeah, it
Sunday.
would be.
Like,
Was that?
I mean, people just streamed in all day long with their kids and everything.
wonderful.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and Sunday was the better day.
it was.
weather-wise.
The weather was
Right?
beautiful.
Right, the sun came out,
Yeah.
the temperature went up, and the
Yeah.
wind died off a little bit.
Yes.
So it was.
Thankfully,
really
for
nice.
both events, it turned out better.
Yes, but I mean, Saturday was such a busy day. I mean, you were busy all day Saturday.
Yes, we had my girlfriends and we have been doing a couple of little fundraisers. We did a yoga night, and then we did a big yard sale that we held down at the E.M. Bailey primary school indoors because it was so miserable that morning. And what we're trying to do is we put a team together for the Relay for Life, which is
course.
happening June 10th. I can't tell you how many this has been going on, but
the annual.
I know.
It's been forever.
It's been forever.
Well,
but
it's
they've
years.
changed the times and stuff this time, and they've narrowed it
It's
down
more.
to
It's
6
more than a
p.m.
decade for sure.
Yeah. So 6 p.m. to midnight, we put a team together, and with just those two events, we have raised over $950.
That's amazing.
Good for you.
That's
Us little
amazing.
pink ladies to put our
Yeah.
team together for the Relay for Life, which, if anyone doesn't know, it's a cancer fundraiser.
Yeah.
Yes,
of
it
course.
is. I'm
Yeah.
proud of you, Audrey,
So-
and your team, your
That's
pink
amazing.
ladies.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what the protocol is. I think we might all be wearing our pink T-shirts that day, so you'll be able to see us.
Lovely.
You know, because we wanted to do it in memory of our girlfriend
course.
Maureen,
Maureen.
as well.
She's
You know,
watching.
a tribute.
Yeah.
Yep, a tribute to her as well. So, you know.
And you
we're
and I were
hoping
hanging
to.
out on Saturday night.
Yes, yes. My voice was pretty shoddy on Saturday night, but
That's why I was saying famous. You were emceeing somewhere
You were,
again.
no, you were
Or what
Debbie
you were doing.
Moore raspy.
Demi Moore with a hangover
Raspy,
sound. Yes, it was raspy and rough, and it sounded like
No,
I'd been on a
you were
hangover,
fabulous.
which I wasn't.
You were
I didn't have a
fabulous.
drink. But anyway, it was for the Miramichi East Playground fundraiser. They're trying to acquire
Okay.
at the new King Street Elementary School.
That's right.
A fully accessible playground. Brand new stuff
I
coming
know,
in there.
very exciting.
So
Yeah.
exciting.
Yep.
And there'll be 400 new children there, not new, but amalgamated
Yes.
children at that school.
Yeah.
That's
And
right.
the staff's so pumped up about it, and this playground is going to be awesome. And Kelly Moore Dennis is the chairperson for the Miramichi East Playground Committee.
She did a fantastic
She
job.
is such a hard worker.
You know what? And she's so dedicated to
Wow.
those kids. You
She
know,
is.
like it's
Yeah.
really quite amazing.
So she and her team put together like quite a few parents that have actually helped to do bake sales and other
Right.
fundraisers. But on this particular evening, it was a dinner held at Riverside Entertainment Center. It was very nicely attended. A lot of
Yes.
teachers
Yeah.
and spouses.
And a lot of young people.
I felt so out of place.
Nice.
So what are
I
you young
was
people doing here?
Probably one of the older ones there.
No, I was for sure. I was the old one there. But it was great and it was enjoyable, and they had performance by Ian and Roy.
Yes, yeah.
And they were
They
beautiful.
did a great job.
Yes.
And Chinese auction, so they made money out of that.
They did.
And then the afternoon, they also had the Lounsbury test drive.
Yes. My
Yeah.
Brought in
Nice.
10,000?
They did 500 test drives.
Yep.
500 test drives people
Yeah.
came and test drove
Test drove
a
to help.
Buick or a Chev,
Beautiful, beautiful.
and they
And raised that much money in one
Yeah.
day again. So
That's right.
they've raised this community.
Miramichi, like really,
know.
Miramichi,
They rock.
like insane.
I know.
You know.
So the actual Kelly Moore team
Yes,
and all of those
yeah.
people from the Miramichi East Playground Committee have raised on their own since just last year $20,000
That's amazing.
Yeah.
by doing their own
It
thing.
is.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize it's just some people might think it's just a playground. Why so much money?
So important.
But to have the right quality and equipment that has the right specifications for safety and everything else like that.
They can be upwards of $250,000.
Yes, yes, they can.
And like I said, when I addressed the issue of playground, period, it's so essential to the children's, well-being.
Yeah.
It's exercise, it's health, it reduces your stress, it promotes creativity, it fosters friendships, it reduces like ADHD, what is it, ADHD behavior and all this other stuff. So it's
being able to have that critical downtime outside of the classroom where the kids can,
have fun and breathe
and unwind and blow off some steam.
It's key.
Some energy.
Key.
It is. It truly is.
So that was fun.
Not like the playgrounds of our day were teeter-totters and monkey bars.
I fell off the monkey bar so many times.
I know.
Like, I seriously, it was
I'm
like,
not gonna lie.
oh, it was awful all the time. I was always swinging off them.
Did you ever get your tongue stuck to one of the frozen
Oh
ones?
no, I wasn't brave enough. I didn't fall for that
I
one.
never did that.
That's brutal.
I come off the teeter-totter where someone would jump off one end and you'd go flying off the other. I remember that.
But I'll never forget in grade 4, and I was living out in Victoria, and he's a famous photographer now, but one of my classmates, Dustin, we were playing tag or something. Anyway, he hoofed me right in the shin with his cowboy boot on. And I still have the indent in my shin, like in the bone. Yeah, and he's seriously a famous photographer.
Now you should go after him for some money.
Yeah, really. Anyway, but I'll never forget. We were on the playground, and he hoofed me right in the shin. Yeah.
Woo. Oh, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
But anyway, soon enough they'll have the money and they'll have a beautiful playground because this school is due to open the following September. Right? This September.
Yes.
That's what I mean.
September.
2017 September.
Now, last night we had one of the most amazing performances I think I've seen live.
You were saying,
it
tell us.
was Asian Heritage Month in May, and last night we had Arashi Daiko from Montreal, and they're taiko drummers. They're Japanese drummers.
Yes.
And the physicality and the rhythm and the sound, it goes right through your heart. Like it was just amazing. And they did 2 sets of 6 songs, and like I was exhausted watching them. Like every
it's a physical
part
workout,
of their
is
body is involved, and they were so in tune and in time, and they just practice. And then there was a Bollywood. They're called Bollywood Buzz, and it's a dancing group from Halifax, and they're 14-year-old girls, and they performed as well. And it was so beautiful last night. Yeah, the Miramichi Multicultural Association actually footed the bill, so there was no cost to attend. Yeah, so really open to the whole family, but it was a wonderful, wonderful performance last night.
I'm so glad you got there. I couldn't have the rest of my vocal cords to be on the show today.
Oh, yes, yeah.
I had to. I just had
I worked last night, again, my story of my life. I worked, and I had customers come in, and they had stopped in, and they had come from there, and they were saying the exact same thing.
It was so beautiful. Like, it was so powerful. And
if you missed it, you missed something.
But there's some video posted on our Miramichi Miramichi Regional Multicultural Association Facebook page.
Oh, good.
We have video of last night's
performance.
performance.
Because I saw some pictures, but I was thinking that exact same thing. That video.
And then they taught us how to Bollywood dance.
Oh, you'd be good at that.
You know what?
Where's the video of that?
I could hardly move this morning. I'm like,
really?
Oh,
I'm glad I didn't go then.
No.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? There was some things that we don't like to talk about as well. Ariana Grande over in London.
Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester, and with the horrible thing that happened over there with the suicide bomber and so many young people. I actually watched the little tribute where it showed all the pictures of who it was that was affected by it. And it is because had she been anywhere near where I could get to with my daughter, we would have been there.
Of course.
I saw her in New York at Christmas time. She was in concert. I didn't go just to see her, but she was one of the main star attractions in New York at Madison Square Garden. And I was thinking it could have been us.
No.
Could be anyone.
It's crazy.
I'd have to say, out of everything with terrorism lately and different stuff like that, and they've gone to a lot of places where there's a large number of people, I think this is the first one where it's been someone so famous to us and to North America, and which seems to hit even closer to home for us.
That's the reason they
it's heart-wrenching. It's just so, and she is going to foot the bills for the funerals of those 22 young people that were, well, I think a police officer as well, but mainly young people, teenagers.
Well, she's also, I noticed, because my daughter listens to her music all the time, and I'll watch her videos and use them as inspiration when I'm at the gym and stuff. And when you click on any of her videos right now from YouTube, the first thing that comes up is a condolence for Manchester.
But you know what? I saw a letter written by a dad.
I did too.
And he said, like, because she apologized, and he said, like, you didn't do this.
No.
You know, like you didn't do this.
He spoke to her as if he was her father, and he said along the lines, you have nothing to be sorry for. What happened there would have been no different than if a horrific tornado come through and ripped through and
or the
killed
Prime
them.
Minister was speaking,
or
or you were at a big ball game and there was, you know, like, you can't do anything about it.
No, exactly. That's just it. So,
but
you
she's
know.
going to a benefit concert. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
She's obviously, you know, very community minded, because it really did affect her, and she's, you know, she wants to do something about it. So it's, you know, she's obviously a very caring person. But
Definitely.
Could I just talk about the Josie Foundation
Definitely.
coming up this weekend? It's a very wonderful event. It's entitled, again, the Josie Foundation, which raises money for those who are in need of medical treatment or medical attention of some sort and do not have the funds to carry through with it. So people fundraise to put the finances there to help these families.
That's right.
And Aaliyah Summers is the guest speaker. So it's
Amazing.
June 3rd. She's going to be amazing. She's in grade 8.
Yeah.
Little cancer survivor.
Yeah.
And she's a lovely, lovely child, and she has a great story to tell. June 3rd at the Kin Center on the square in Newcastle. It's a salmon dinner. Tickets are available at Town Hill Jewelry from Gina by 773-6406 or Country Floral in Chatham. So it's going to be lovely. And in support of Aaliyah and all those people that are battling any type of cancers or life-threatening illnesses, let's say, please go out and show your support.
Yeah,
Definitely, definitely. Worthy cause. We have a great show lined up today. We have some great guests that we're going to be chatting with later. Debbie Norton is going to be joining us, as well as Poul Jorgensen is going to be joining us as well. You know how articulate I am. Unfortunately, not. But they're going to be joining us to talk to us about their endeavors, right?
Great outdoor stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We want to remind our viewers that we have a Facebook page that we'd love for you to go and check out. You can actually see a number of different clips from our shows. If you don't get Rogers Television, you'll be able to check us out there. You can also, we're on YouTube. Yep. We're international YouTubers.
Like you said, famous.
No, exactly. And Facebook page, we'd love to see you comment and let us know what you're thinking, and even go ahead and like and share our page and get more viewers out there, because it's you guys that are making us still on the air and different shows and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, great support.
So we'd love to hear from you guys, definitely. So we will be having, I believe, Debbie Norton's joining us, right? And she's going to be talking to us about the Upper Oxbow Lodge Outdoor Adventures. So don't go away. We'll be back with more Have a Chat right after the break. And welcome back to more Have a Chat. Joining us now, we have Debbie Norton. Hello, Debbie. How are you?
Hello, ladies.
Welcome.
Great, thank you.
Nice to have you.
First of all, we'd like you to let our viewers know who you are.
Oh, first of all, I guess
There might be somebody who doesn't know.
I guess first of all, I'm a Miramichier.
Yes, right on.
This is
very,
true.
very proud of that fact. Secondly, right now we're the owner and operators of Upper Oxbow Outdoor Adventures here on the Miramichi River, and I guess I could tell you a lot of things, but I don't think we have time for all of it.
How long have you been? How long has it been in operation?
So the Oxbow has been operating now for 27 years.
Wow.
The first 22. We were setting up business and working another full-time job and doing this part-time. And for the last 5 years, I've been doing just adventures.
Wow. Tell us all about, I'm not an adventuresome person. I'm more of an indoor, you're obviously outdoors. So for anyone who wants to get involved or know more about you, tell us all about all these adventures.
So I think the biggest thing about our operation is everything is seasonal, and everything runs in like 3-4 week periods.
Okay.
So we all start in the spring. So in the spring, the ice runs, and we start to fish. We spring fish for 3 weeks. Then after that, we bass fish. We bass fish for 3 weeks. Along at the same time, we do some hunting. We do some bear hunting. Then when that's done, we swing into summer fishing and fall fishing. We bird hunt in the fall. We moose hunt in the fall.
I didn't realize that different types of fishing had seasons, I guess, or and that they were so short, really.
So yeah.
So if you catch what's not in season, do you have to let it go and catch the right fish?
Basically, you're not going to catch something that's not in season.
Okay.
So you see how much we get out fishing.
Yeah. I'm like not a fisherman.
Here. No.
I think it's almost biblical. For everything, there's a season.
Oh, right, that's right.
Okay.
It's really popular though. Fishing right now, my friends are all out fishing, and I don't think they've ever fished before this year, so it's catching on, literally catching on.
That was
No
funny.
pun
To me,
intended.
it seems like it's more popular now than it was then.
Yep.
I don't know if
I
that's
think
just
so.
Well, one of the big things about fishing right now is we have our striped bass are in the river. They've come from all over the Gulf of St. Lawrence, and they're congregated here in the Miramichi. They're going to have babies here, and then they will go back to their home native rivers, and so that's why they're out there, and everybody's fishing them, and everybody's excited, and it's a super wonderful. And you catch them, and so it's super wonderful fishery for children.
Yeah.
Everybody's excited about it, and it's so important that we manage this particular species based on science, the same as we would look to manage any other species.
And I think you said off air there's more than 300,000 spawning fish, correct?
So, plus or minus, there is supposedly 320,000 spawners, which I'm told are the females that are in the river that are capable of reproducing right now. So then you've got the juveniles, which I believe are like little ones up to 3 to 4 years old. I'm not sure the exact year when they become sexually mature. And then of course you've got the males to throw into the situation as well. So
That's a lot of fish.
yeah, so no wonder everybody's excited.
Yeah,
There's catching to be had out there, and the children are loving it.
Yeah.
Last week, my granddaughter, she's 7. She went out and she caught 40 one evening. She caught the most that was in the boat.
40?
She caught 40 herself, and she's 7.
I caught my one and only last fall. my one and only, and I was on backwater casting for Rogers. And but one.
I would catch one and be so excited. I'd be like, okay, now take me home.
Yeah. Give me the water.
Because the flies, the nature, all of that.
Right now, it's still it's cold though. The black flies are at bay. They're gone.
No
right?
flies. It's
No
cold
flies.
out there. Not everybody likes it, but particularly the fish don't particularly like it neither.
Okay.
I think the biggest. The funniest thing about my granddaughter, who was 7, catching the 40, was her baby brother, who was 3, was sitting home crying on the couch because he wanted to go fishing too.
And he will be soon enough. He'll be out there.
Tell us a bit about, because I've actually stayed with a group of girls at the Upper Oxbow Lodge many years ago. The lodge itself it can hold how many?
Well, we have some different facilities at the lodge, and depending on how long ago you were there, we started off originally with a couple of old log cabins. They're rustic. My dad built them.
I think we stayed in the main building, and I recall a hot tub.
Oh yeah,
it was remember that. But it was January, February, and we were in the hot tub.
Now I know exactly where you were and who you were with.
Yes.
So yes, after we progressed, we built a new lodge.
Oh, you did?
The one that you were part of.
Okay.
And it's got a full conference facility.
Yeah,
it's got recreational areas. It's got a pool room. It's got a beautiful conference room. It's got a pool a hot tub on the deck, which you mentioned.
Yes.
And that particular building has 10 bedrooms and 10 bathrooms for guests.
Yes.
So then, in addition,
that's what it made it great for us. The girls from the salon, we all went. We got to stay together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the big living room. It was very rustic, but absolutely beautiful. We really,
Are there
really
cooking
enjoyed
facilities there? Like as far as when you lodge, what happens then for food?
Well, there's a couple of options. Some people do choose to cook for themselves. You ladies,
She fed us.
we cater to you.
Yes.
So we have
Nice.
a full service dining room that you can come to. In 2012, we built another new lodge to accommodate
wow.
our conference business. So
Okay.
on the Oxbow right now, we've got 20 plus rooms with bathrooms for guests in these two
Nice.
lodges, along with two conference rooms and so on. And so and that's what rounds out the rest of the operation. So I told you
Yeah.
about spring through fall and our activities. Well, while those activities are going on, we also have some corporate clients doing conference business, and then
Well,
they're
that's
also
just it.
there all winter long. So
It's quite an
they
interesting.
Well,
have their
yeah,
meetings.
Like now, winter.
The winter part.
But with seasonal tourism operations, Debbie, like we all know, that can't be it, right? I mean, you can't live on seasonal.
No, you can't, and that's why we've diversified and moved into the conference business. So you're right, you have heating bills, you have taxes, you have light bills, you have everything to pay.
Yeah,
all
you can't
of
shut
the- all
everything
the
down
months,
at just
so-
because
They don't
it's
stop.
winter.
No, they don't
No.
stop. So you have to find a way to diversify, to have income during those time frames as well. And so we're probably, our business is vibrant right now. We've got several corporate people who come in and do their conferences with us.
Well, the view itself, I have to,
It's
it was in the
gorgeous.
winter time that I was there, but still, it's right on water. Like if I'm
where are you
terrible.
situated?
Geographically, I'm terrible. I just know the Miramichi River goes up, and Upper Oxbow Lodge is on Upper Oxbow, is it not?
That's
Is it?
exactly how to get there.
Yeah.
Exactly how to get there. So for all you folks that live in town, you,
Yes. I'm
you-
like, I just know it's way back.
It's that
I
way.
remember.
You go up to Sunny Corner, cross over to Red Bank, hang a right, and we're 2 miles up the road, just
That's right.
just on the
Okay.
edge of Metapanagi.
It's not really that far.
No, it's not.
No,
I
it's
was
not.
I was there in the fall, and it was the first time I'd been there, and I really did think actually that you were quite far. And then we drove up, and I was like, this is
No,
this
it's
is not.
great.
No,
Actually,
and 10
like-
minutes, what, 10 minutes from town?
Probably
10,
15.
But
Yeah.
it's so peaceful, and you had some gentlemen that were fishing there. And now, do you provide guides if people want help?
So for people who come who are non-residents of New Brunswick, they are required by law to have a guide.
Okay.
So yes,
Oh,
I have
okay.
a full contingent of guides who help people out. I've got a cooking staff, obviously. I've got a cleaning staff. So
enterprise.
yeah, we're having fun.
And you were a teacher for 30 years. So when did this dream unfold for you? Did you always have this in the back of your mind as a younger person, saying, when I retire from teaching, I would love to do this outdoor adventure
I'm going to
type
work
stuff?
24/7.
Yeah. No, but it's in the back of your mind, Debbie, to
I
do
want to
this?
work day and night and just never stop.
So actually, in the beginning, yes, it tended to be that way. As you said, I was a teacher, so when vacation time came, and in the very beginning, I would guide, I would cook, I would do the cleaning and everything during my summer vacation. And the people would say, well, why do you want to work all the time? But one of the most fantastic things about the Oxbow is all of the people who come to the Oxbow. Like I say, I get to travel the world and never leave home, because
Right.
people
Yeah.
literally from around the world
Well,
come and
that's
visit.
that was going to be
Fascinating.
my question. Was the people that come? Where do they come from?
Everywhere.
How far away are you getting these guests coming from? Like,
Germany?
Germany, we've had people from China, we've had people from Australia.
Crazy.
Probably still the majority of our hunting fishing clientele come from the New England states,
Right.
but certainly people come from all around the world. As you know, Miramichi is synonymous with wild Atlantic salmon, and there's many places that you can catch other species of fish, but it's very limited where you can actually go and angle for wild Atlantic salmon.
Wow.
That's amazing.
are you finding that the U.S. dollar is helping the U.S. citizens come over here more easily, since our dollar is doing so poorly?
Terrible.
I know, but for them to come over here, their money goes a little bit farther.
Absolutely,
Which helps.
and so it's cyclic. At
Okay.
one point when we were in business, the U.S. dollar was trading at close to 60 cents on the dollar, and then it dropped. We were at par just
remember
recently,
that.
and occasionally we get up on them a little bit, but right now it's trading at about 33 cents on the dollar. So if you go to pay your bill at my place now in American dollars, you get $1.33 for every
Right.
dollar you spend.
Right.
So
Certainly a benefit.
No,
yeah,
that's just it.
they're quite pleased with it.
What's next? Anything exciting on the horizon for you in Upper Oxbow?
Well, actually, we did look to expand.
Okay.
We are co-owners in another lodge that's just up the river.
Oh,
Our business with conferences was it's going really well, and in order to accommodate the hunting and fishing and keep my staff working who are guides and so on, we did go into a co-adventure with some other people. And
Anyone you want to tell us yet, or the deal hasn't been signed yet? Or we can trying to get the inside scoop here.
It's not a secret, but I mean, I would have to list a bunch of people, and then so it's
so
great.
that's wonderful. So the business has been, you've been able to not only diversify but also expand your business.
Grow.
Which is amazing.
Yeah. And so one of the big things I think I know I've learned in life is diversification, partnering. Partnering is very important. You can't do everything and be everything, but if you partner with the right people, certainly surrounding yourself with wonderful people it's
Like-minded people.
Yeah, it's
And the advertising means, to get people from abroad, media, so social media and
Must be
advertising. How do you go about getting those people to come from far away places?
well, of course, we're like everybody else. We do the Facebook and the Twitter, and
Right.
we
Trade shows.
I blog. We go to trade shows.
That's great.
But you know what? The best advertising is, it takes a while, but it's word of mouth.
Oh, as
Yes.
always.
Yeah. It's word of mouth.
Well, people want to hear from people who've been there.
Sure.
who've had the experience.
They
Exactly.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Because even when I go to take a trip, the first thing I do is I look at videos, believe it or not, of people who've walked through that resort, who've been there and have had experiences there.
Reviews.
That's the greatest judge for where I want to go and what I want to do.
And so, word of mouth. I've got a crew from England who are with me again. They started coming when they were in their 60s, and now they're in their 80s.
Aw, that's
And,
special.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
Special.
to have that type of continuing customer relationship, it's really special, and that's what it's all about.
all
It's the
about.
friendships that you build,
They
and,
become
and
your friends, right? You know about their
They're
kids
like
and
a
their
family.
grandkids.
we do, yes,
Yeah.
Family.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, just imagine how many people they told,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
That actually created more guests coming
Yeah.
to this location,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. And with our
You know?
conference business, it's particularly growing with people telling people.
Yeah.
So
Super.
the business network, as you realize, is very closely linked. And if you come and I'm able to look after everything that you need in terms of conferences, you tell your friend who's
That's
in
right.
business.
That's right.
And
Word of mouth.
one of the great things about it is the network that you build. And
Now, when someone's looking to do more of the conference side of things, do you add or do you incorporate some of the adventures with that? Is that something that they can add to it? Is that why someone would want to go to your location to have a conference over another location?
So there's a couple of things that we have going for us at the Oxbow.
Okay.
When people come to have their conferences, they have exclusive use of the lodge, so they don't have to worry about if they're carrying on something to do with business. When they go to have lunch, they can continue the
Right.
conversation and not be concerned that other people are overhearing them. So exclusivity. The fact that we're kind of in the woods, people like
private.
as
Yes.
people like as
Very.
well. And
A little more private.
not only are you private, but when you are here with me at a conference, you're there. Like, there's nowhere else to go. You,
Right.
you know,
Right, you don't
you
have
three
people
girls
wandering.
don't decide you want to go to the movies or
Right, no,
you
no,
know
no.
Yeah.
see
You're
what's
in.
see what's in
Yeah.
town or go shopping. You're not going to do much shopping.
That's why you don't be seeing me.
It can be a real
You
team
can
building.
install a gift shop.
Yeah. But it can be real team building because you are all together and there aren't those outside distractions.
And that's what it's all about,
Yeah.
the networking
It
and the
keeps them
team
together.
building.
Yeah.
And because they come as a group and they want to have a closely knit group. And so yeah, they're like you, they travel to New York to do their shopping, but when they want to be alone with their business partners, they're exclusive.
And that makes
Do you have a
sense.
favorite season? One that you think is just the overall top one?
I enjoy fall.
Okay.
with the colors, and
I would think that would
it's a beautiful time to be on the river because the
foliage.
trees are vibrant. The fishing is normally quite good,
Hunting
I enjoy it. You get a little bit of a fire going down by the riverside, and the smoke is wafting up, and you can smell it, and it's just a nice experience.
It's done very well. Successful operation you have going on there.
Yeah.
So we can find you on Facebook.
You can.
Facebook page. You have a Twitter page or account.
We
How do we
do.
I don't have a Twitter.
Of course, we have our website.
Okay.
And Google Debbie Norton. I'll probably
You
pop
pop
up.
right up. No,
All
exactly.
good
So are
information.
you able to, would I be able to book and reserve and everything via the website, or is it best to call?
I haven't gotten that far
Okay,
advanced
no?
or complicated yet,
Okay.
but certainly call, and if not myself, somebody else will help you, and we will get you booked in.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
terrific.
I think we should do a show from there.
I think so
From
too.
the hot tub.
I think
Overlooking
do that. I'm not getting in the hot tub.
Oh dear.
So I forgot to tell you, now when we built the second lodge, we got a second hot tub
I
as
was
well.
wondering. I was
She's
gonna,
going to get us there one way or another.
when she said expand, I was like, second hot tub.
No, we're gonna come, but I'm not getting in the hot tub.
No.
Second hot tub because
Yeah, we'll
everybody
have
has
to-
to be treated equal.
That's right.
Yes,
beautiful.
exactly. Well, thank you for joining us today and filling us all in. It sounds like a fantastic place to go for whatever reason, whatever occasion. Definitely.
Business or pleasure. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you, ladies. Thank you for
definitely.
having us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
hosting me. Thank
Yeah.
you.
We have more show coming up, so don't go away. We have Paul Jensen, who's joining us.
Jorgensen.
I know I'm not going to get
We'll
it.
beat
He's
it
gonna-
into it yet,
Yes,
Carol.
exactly. I have it written down too, and I can't even. I had to put my glasses on.
I'll introduce them.
He'll be here talking to us about the New Brunswick trails, so don't go away. We'll be back with more Have a Chat after the break. Welcome back to Have a Chat. We were just talking to Debbie Norton from the Upper Oxbow Lodge, Outdoor Adventures. Had a great say with her.
Yeah, we had to go.
Fantastic. We're definitely going to have to go up
I
there and
learned a
join
lot.
her.
I learned a lot.
Definitely. Joining us now is our next guest, Paul Jorgensen. How are you?
Hello.
Jorgensen.
Jorgensen.
Jen. I like Jen.
Gen. Like
Gen.
again.
Oh, you
Jorgensen.
should have put an A there. I'm going to respell.
Paul works for me.
Jorgensen.
Paul Jorgensen, welcome.
Thanks for joining us. Oh, my land.
We love Audrey, but
I'm terrible.
names are not her thing.
Not my thing. No, for sure.
Not a problem.
Welcome.
I would say it's the French in me, but my father would be mad.
I'm more French than you are.
I know.
Anyway.
That's just it. Thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, actually, I got started in the trail system quite a while ago.
Okay.
Only more by accident than anything.
Okay.
I was living in
Yeah.
Three Tree Creek, just outside of Fredericton Junction, and I had horses out there. And at that time, trails weren't allowed on the horses. Or, try again. Horses weren't allowed on the trails.
I'm rubbing off.
Yeah.
Rubbing off on you.
So anyway, they were starting an organization to develop the trail out past my place.
Okay.
And so when they come by and I found out they weren't allowed, I said, this is a problem.
It is.
So I wound up on the board of New Brunswick Trails Council and representing horses, and we got horses allowed on all of the trails
Good.
throughout
Totally
the
by
province.
accident.
Yes,
Yes.
And necessary, needless to say.
Yes.
You have to have a place to take your horses to run.
Yeah.
and there was then a couple of years later they were looking for somebody to start working for them, and I'd spent 30 years laying floors and my knees were starting to go, and I said,
Hey.
perfect opportunity.
Perfect.
Yep.
And I have
Definitely.
never worked a day since.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
kidding.
You're a busy
That's
guy.
fantastic.
Yes.
So now we have lots of footage that we're going to be showing as we go through our little conversation here. And first up, we want to talk a little bit about a bridge. And I'm not going to attempt to say the name of this
No,
bridge
don't.
at all. If it's not one of these two right here that you can see from this building.
So here we are with the footage.
Yeah. So tell us a little
Yeah.
bit. The name of this bridge is?
It's the Shagamock Bridge. It crosses the Shagamock River. It's just west of Fredericton.
It's a walking bridge?
Yes, it's actually strictly for walking and cycling.
Nice.
And it was actually my first major bridge project. We've done several smaller ones around the province. But this was my first crack at a suspension bridge, and
Look
we
at this.
So
built
this
that.
is newly built.
It was built about 8 years ago now,
Okay.
and it is an absolutely amazing place.
It's beautiful looking at that.
And it's a few minutes off the highway. You can bike out to that in an afternoon from Fredericton.
Oh, from Fredericton.
Yes.
Okay, so it's close to there.
It's you know where the old Nakawik Irving used to
Yes.
be?
Yes.
Just north of that.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually about a 5-minute bicycle ride from there.
Okay.
And how long did it take to build this bridge?
We were at that for about 4 months.
Oh,
straight
really?
through, yeah. And we ran into a few struggles with it. It's hard to imagine how much
Well, it's
concrete
a
is allowed
suspension
into
bridge.
that.
They're
Yes.
they're tricky, but they're beautiful when
Oh,
they're all
yes,
put
yes.
together and just being the way they
It-
actually hold themselves up. I'm just
Yeah,
like,
and then last year we managed to put Enbridge Gas helped us put a park on the bench on the north end.
okay.
And we put some grass seed in and some crusher dust, and it's just a beautiful park area, and it's
Wow,
visited by people
lovely.
constantly.
I'm just going to ask you how highly frequented that area would be.
It's on the weekends.
Yeah, and a nice
it
weekend.
is
Well,
unbelievable.
There will be a nice weekend coming. So
Oh,
on the
yes.
first nice weekend, it's
August.
there'll be a crowd of people.
I've been out there actually doing some trail inspections and so on and so forth, even midweek, and I've seen a half a dozen people out there during midweek on a nice day. On the weekend, I wouldn't want to guess how many people
No.
actually go out there.
Who's
Awesome.
involved in all the work in looking after the New Brunswick trails?
We do maintenance throughout the province on all of the rail beds, but
Okay.
there's an awful lot of other trails besides just the rail beds. And all of those trails are not funded through the province's maintenance contract, which we have, and it's all maintained by volunteers.
Wow.
Oh, you're kidding.
So yes, so a lot of
something
them,
like this.
the Micmac Trail, that one is actually on the north side. That is in Douglas,
beautiful
and that is actually part of the old rail system.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And we have 420 kilometers of rail trail in the province.
Imagine.
And
Oh, what's this now, Paul?
that is the old train station in Burt's Corner.
Oh,
Okay.
I've never
Nice.
seen that before.
And it's a beautiful trail. As you can see, the surface is really good. We have a lot of people using that trail there. It's
How important is it, like, you know, to a province like ours to have these trails maintained and used? Like, how, like, it would seem to me that it would be fundamental to keeping, you know, our communities active and outdoors.
There's no question about it. You really hit it exactly for health and wellness and for tourism.
Yeah.
That's the two major reasons that we deal with the trails. Across the board, if you turn around and take the cost of 2 heart attacks is the cost of maintaining this trail system.
Well, that's a stat. That's
you're
a very
Really?
Yes,
interesting
so
one.
you think about it that way, it's really pretty darn cheap.
Wow, that's quite amazing.
Because I know, I think off the top of my head, some people would think maintaining a trail that's already existing, there wouldn't be much to it, but it wouldn't take long if you weren't looking after it for it to be overgrown, for it to be
Yeah.
unusable, I
we,
would think.
We actually have big tractors and we mow
You
each
do?
side of it every year. And we also grade the surface on all of the rail trails. That's part of our maintenance contract.
Wow.
And it's too bad we don't have more money to do more, but you know, we do what we can. We're quite restricted under the maintenance contract of what we're allowed to do. I'd love to do a lot more,
Budget-
but it's
budget
budgets.
is-
That's
yeah.
what it's all about. I mean,
That sounds
But-
familiar.
yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was we had hosted a local prosperity conference in the fall here in Miramichi, and there was people from all over Atlantic Canada and some from Maine and Vermont, and I was in charge of the volunteers for that weekend. But the question I got asked most often, especially from people from the States, was, where are the walking trails? Where can we go?
Oh, I know.
You know,
Yeah.
like and
Yes.
and kind of explore, but not just walk downtown. Kind of idea.
It's really heartening to hear that. We know what happens. Most people don't, and of course they're not the big voices out there. We have the trail over on the other side of the river in Logieville as an example, and now it's just been recently put up for sharing with the ATV Federation as a temporary to see how it's going to work.
Right.
We're not overly impressed with it, but we'll see how it all works in the other end, and hopefully it'll everything will work out and people will be able to walk and cycle in comfort and in safe and make that work very well.
And coming right to my mind is the Morrissey Bridge,
Yeah.
which has been closed for quite some time now. And I look at that and I think, what an ideal bridge to walk or be able to bike. Can you talk to us on that at all?
The Morrissey Bridge is kind of a pet project for me before I retire.
Okay.
We're on board with that.
That's a focus.
Yes, definitely.
I have actually been working with Natural Resources and the Minister of Tourism and the Minister of Highways for several years to see how we could make this work. And there's been a renewed interest from Minister Fraser, which is fantastic, to see if we can get this to happen. Actually, I'm meeting with City Council tomorrow.
Good.
The idea is to turn around and have that trail developed as a walking and cycling bridge, and we're going to have to share it with the three organizations, the Snowmobile Federation, the ATV Federation, and the Walkers and Cyclists.
Right.
But we can divide the bridge up so it's safe for everybody.
Yeah.
And in reality, the Snowmobile Federation has a hard time getting across the river, so this would be huge for them.
Exactly.
Yes.
And again, the ATVs have no way of getting across in the summertime.
Yeah.
But really, that connects these three communities, and our motto is Trails Connecting Communities. I mean, it fits.
Right. Yeah.
So true.
But the bridge right at the moment, I'm under the impression it's deemed unsafe, which
yes.
is one of the reasons why
It
it's
is
closed, right?
deemed, yes, it is deemed unsafe
Okay.
for trucks
Okay.
and cars.
Okay.
It has not been re-engineered for walking and cycling.
Okay.
Now, there has been some preliminary work done, and we're estimating somewhere between $6 to $8 million. Would put a surface on the deck and repair all the steel as necessary. And from what I understand, there's 2 piers that need a fair bit of
I was
work
going to say the
And that's-
erosion.
yeah, I
and
remember-
everything.
I
And
remember when
that's
it-
really the major portion of it.
Yeah. And but I we'll just talk to the money there for a second, because
Yes.
$6 to $8 million sounds like a lot of money, and it is. But when you think of it, as
What it would generate.
well, health and wellness and tourism, it would take us a few years, but we would get that money back, right?
Yes.
Because people would come, and I think that's something that I really would love to see is a trail system around our river, right? So all along our river's edge, across the Morrissey Bridge, and around, so that if somebody wanted to, run it or walk it, they wouldn't be in traffic. They wouldn't be, they would be able to do that without.
Currently, you have no safe way across that river.
Right.
I mean, you look at the narrow sidewalk on the one bridge. What do you have over on the other bridge?
I'm terrified to cross the other bridge in my
It's
car.
even narrower. You can't bicycle. You can't cycle across.
Yeah.
So it would be absolutely huge. And I
Yeah.
mean, if you really think about what it could generate for the community,
It just
really
have to
would.
be.
Yeah.
I've tried to
so many
bike
people.
across the Centennial Bridge when I was much younger.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it.
And it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, and they had hosted MyPie, the Miramichi Young Professionals and Involved Entrepreneurs, had hosted a forum one Saturday morning, and all of the attendees except for one table were under the age of 40. And they all talked about the fact that they were looking for more green space. They were looking, they were here with their young families. They had settled here. They had grown up here. But they were looking for that green space. They were looking for
Outdoor
outdoors.
stuff.
They were looking for walking trails. They were looking for opportunities to get out with the family or just with themselves and explore and be able to do that, safely and in nature, not actually on the road.
Yeah.
So, it's something that we're hearing more and more of. So that, again, we'll come back to that cost for a second in the Morrissey Bridge. It comes back to us. It may take a little while, but it'll come back to us.
you'd be surprised how fast it would actually come back. I mean, if you look at the Fredericton Bridge itself, it's part of the Trans-Canada Trail. Go down there anytime, and you see how well that is used.
Yeah.
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 And it's used every day by hundreds of people.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just a
Provincially,
few.
Sorry.
It's lots.
Just wondering, in the province, what would you be looking at? About 900 kilometers of trail?
Currently, we have 900 kilometers of Trans-Canada Trail.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you add all the rest of the trails in, I'm guessing, we don't have an accurate number, but I would guess we're probably looking at close to 3,000
Wow.
Yeah.
of walking,
Incredible.
cycling,
Okay.
hiking,
That's
That's
amazing.
etc.
immense.
Yeah.
Canoe kayak, CKNB has a goes right through the river here.
And a lot of it
Part
in
this
quiet
part of ours.
areas,
Absolutely,
off-road
off-road,
areas.
yeah.
I actually have a client at the salon, and she's not from here. She's from the U.S., and her and her husband came here and retired. He's Canadian. And they actually bought a spot on the river down Lower Newcastle Way, and she can't believe how we do not utilize this river and this green space. She said if this, like you were to pick it up and put it in the U.S., would be just filled with all kinds of touristy, green kind of things that you could get out and do. It just, she's mind-boggled by how we're not taking advantage of it.
Look at the development that's going on in Moncton and Riverview right now, both sides of the river. That's huge. We'd like to see the same thing happen here. There's no doubt.
We're making strides towards that. I mean, let's, you know, it's one step at a time.
This isn't rocket science to make it
No.
happen.
No,
It's
no, no,
the
no.
will to make it happen.
That's right.
Paul,
So
could you talk to us on the catastrophe that happened with Ellen, the cyclist, that beautiful young lady whose life was taken cycling, and just about the signage and how important it is for the motorists to recognize that there are people biking continuously, and the lack of signage is what I'm getting at.
Well, currently, bicycles are allowed on every road. Okay, and in Ellen's case, she was riding on a quiet country road, come around a corner, vehicle hit her. That's what happened.
Terrible.
Terrible, terrible tragedy. So what we keep saying is we want to get some of these quieter roads opened up to cyclists, but at the same time there has to be a little bit of responsibility to go with that. And what we would like to do, the Department of Transportation to do, is put up share the road signs. Make vehicles aware that it's not just the cyclist that has to be aware, it's also the vehicles, that this is a designated cycle route.
Because she was an experienced cyclist.
Absolutely.
So, you know, she was
tragic.
Yeah, I mean,
and you see in the States all kinds of different places I travel, like be cyclists, be aware of cyclists, and it's, you see them frequently.
no, it's actually like painted.
well, in Ottawa, there's a bike lane.
Yeah, there's a bike lane.
The currently with Department of Transportation, they're concerned about putting up signs because it may create liability for them. I personally think it would improve it, but I'm not a lawyer, so I really don't know.
No.
But
so you guys have a Facebook page, correct?
Yes, we do.
So what is your Facebook page called?
Sentier NB Trail.
Pardon?
Sentier NB Trail.
Sentier. Sen is Sentier in French.
Okay.
Yeah.
French, Trail's French.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
we also have a Twitter, and I don't do any of that. I have my
So the
staff look
information
after
that would be on your Facebook page is everything that's going on right now,
Yes.
where the trails are, where you can find them, and what's coming up as far as your projects
on
and
the
stuff.
website and on Facebook.
Okay.
There's a lot of things going on in there.
And June is Recreation Month, is it not?
Yes, it is. And this month we have every year the first Saturday in June is Parks and Trails Day, and actually this started several years ago now, and we're the only ones in Canada really pushing it. But it started in Australia as International Trails Day.
Okay.
And so now we're trying to get people out. We have this year, I believe we have 20 different events around the province.
Beautiful.
Just to get people out on the trail. That's all it is. It's nothing
amazing.
major, it's nothing fantastic. It's just
Opens it up
everybody
to
get out.
people having a great time out.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
No,
Well,
awesome
and I mean,
stuff.
you know, for families or for anyone who wants to get out on a trail, it's free.
It's the cheapest gym you can go to.
That's right. Healthy, healthy.
No, exactly. Well, we want to say thank you so much for joining us today and filling us all in on the New Brunswick trails and what's happening with all of that. And we hope that you'll keep us updated on upcoming.
We'll be there for the ribbon cutting when the Morrissey Bridge becomes a
Yes,
walking
yes. We'll have a show. We'll have a little Facebook clip.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'd like to mention is that we have the Canada 150 event
That's
coming,
right.
which we have 4 people coming from the 4 corners of the province with a small piece of map. We're going to assemble it in Fredericton at the Lieutenant Governor's Mansion.
Wonderful.
Nice.
And that's going to be on the
Fabulous.
26th of August.
Fantastic.
26th of August,
Good
definitely.
It's gonna be
Again,
it's going to be a great deal.
thanks for joining us, Paul.
Nice to
Thank
have
you.
you.
Yes, thanks. Thanks for joining us here at Have a Chat from all of us to all of you. Thanks for watching and have a great day.